Folks, welcome back to TGV MindShift series, a groundbreaking series where we delve into the intricacies of professional mindset mastery with the esteemed guest Gita Sethi. She's a life coach, a strategic advisor, and NLP trainer and practitioner. And Gita brings unparalleled expertise in helping professionals cultivate successful and sustainable mindsets. And join us as we explore transformative topics aimed at unlocking your full potential and achieving professional excellence. And folks, this is the fourth and last topic in the TGV Mindshift series. And before we get into the topic, first of all, thank you so much for showering your love. And these last three topics have been received very well. And today we are getting into the fourth topic, NLP. I'm not referring to natural language processing of the AI of the world or the machine learnings of the world, but I'm referring to NLP, which is Neuro Linguistic programming. And can we make conversations impactful using NLP? That will be our core topic today. And just to give you a refresher, the last three topics that we have covered in the TGV Mindshift series are: topic number one, what does the word communication mean to you? Topic number two, self talk. And topic number three, mindfulness. In case if you haven't tuned into those three topics, please tune in now, because there is tons of things, there is tons of stuff to absorb and to become a better person. And folks, remember, these four topics can be listened or watched in any order. You need not go in sequence. And as we prepare to delve into our conversation on today's topic, NLP, here is an exciting twist. First, let us tickle Gita's brain before we get into the episode. So, Gita, I think this is the fourth time you are getting into the rapid fire
Yes.
round. You are one of very few speakers who have done this so many times. I think you are the second person after Farah Ismail. But if I count your Hindi episode as well, you are the one who has highest record in terms of participating in the rapid fire rounds on TGV. So you know the format very well. I'm going to mention a few
Yes.
random words, and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. And if you're ready, let's dive right in. Okay, here comes the first word: awareness,
Now,
presence,
in the moment,
meditation,
meditation is like counting the breaths.
breath,
Is it's a blessing.
clarity,
Clarity of mind.
focus,
I would say clarity again.
consciousness,
Yeah, being in the present moment. It's like being alive.
acceptance,
Acknowledgement,
calmness,
peace,
and the last one, communication.
miscommunication,
Wonderful.
which usually happens. Yeah, which usually happens a lot. So,
Wonderful. And congratulations on being the first one to participate in 5 rapid fire rounds on TGV platform. And before I formally welcome you to the show, let me welcome the audience. So, folks, you have tuned into TGV, the world's only quadrilingual podcast, and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, where we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place through valuable discussions that add value not only to your life but also to your career. And thank you so much for tuning in. Geeta, hearty welcome to TGV. And how are you doing today?
thanks, Naveen. Yeah, I'm doing absolutely fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. So, how is your feeling of being the guest who has been on the show for most of the times?
Yeah, it feels almost like home. Like, I can keep on talking to you, irrespective of how much time we have. So yeah, it's a great platform, and I think the most of the people who are going to listen and apply in their lives are really going to make the most of it. So it's helping fulfill my purpose as well as your purpose. So I think it's a great collaboration.
Absolutely. Let's get started with the basics. So, for our audience who may be new to neuro linguistic programming, please provide a brief overview of what NLP is and how it works.
Okay, so NLP, as you rightly said, I think you gave a very good start of keeping natural language processing separate and NLP separate, which always, sort of confuses. So yes, NLP, what we're going to talk about today is neuro linguistic programming. The words themselves, neuro is the study of our nervous system, the brain. Linguistic is what the words we speak about. And programming is whatever are those words coming in our mind, which are then getting converting to a behavior or action what a human mind takes. So it's more of managing our brain, our thoughts, our beliefs. And there were two people who founded this NLP. One is John Grinder and Richard Bandler. They both started this, they found out about modeling, and they observed so many people, and that's how they became, the founders of NLP. And it started somewhere in early 1970s. Yeah, it's a not a science, but still it's a methodology of understanding. And if I can say a very simple word for it, is knowing your own self and then connecting to your own self, and then you are able to then communicate to others as well. That's where it really helps a lot.
Great. I love the introduction. And Geeta, what are some misconceptions or myths surrounding NLP that you have encountered, and how would you debunk them?
So rightly said. So people think that NLP, because there's not a lot of data, not a lot of research available on it. So it's still new, and some have this myth about this is only for those who are demotivated. So here I would like to share myself is that it could be something which is still evolving. With humans, we all evolve, and it's every day is a new day. That's how we live. So that's how we have to accept this and acknowledge it, like what this language is, the way it converts our thoughts and beliefs, and that's how we start behaving as a human. Now, coming back to how I break this down is that I myself have learned a lot. Especially, I can share one example is that earlier I would keep on saying that, oh, it's very hot and this is happening and that is happening. Too many things were going on. And then I started finding the purpose. Like, for example, it's summer, so it's a season. So it will change after some time. And it is not always going to remain hot. The same way, human mind will also keep on changing. We have to live and understand and be in the moment. As you rightly said, conscious mind and subconscious mind, which I think I explained in the first series also, is that we have to see this parallel communication happening together. And that's where we are able to control our mind. Yes, it's motivation. I myself am using a motivational strategy for myself, which I found out after learning and applying NLP to me. Now I know how to motivate myself. So it was not that I was a demotivated person, but I found the secret behind, and I can actually tweak it the way I want it. So this is something where people have to learn and apply and experience it. So that's where they'll be able to take the full advantage of this method.
Geeta, what are some fundamental principles or techniques of NLP that individuals can easily grasp and incorporate into their daily lives? Because the moment we come across some buzzwords, neuro linguistic programming, it might sound as if, okay, I don't know what is that all about, and it may be complex. Those kind of things crawl in people's mind, right?
So here I would like to mention is that, first of all, it's not something where you have to learn some, big words or, like formulas. It's not like maths or algebra or physics also. It's neither biology. So it is understanding, and which we deal every day in our life. But here we start by observing, we start thinking, we start feeling, and that's where we take an action. So it really simplifies our life, really makes our life very simple and very focused. If I can also share is that so many people have used that, are still using it, but they're not so happy to share with others that they are using it. So yes, it's not yet come to that point. Now for some few things, one main thing I can suggest is that we have to understand that our subconscious mind does not process negatives. So if we are saying to yourself that, oh, I should not eat oily food, I should not eat, non-veg or something. So if you start using the word not, it's actually not going to help. Like, for example, if I'll tell you, not think about a pink monkey. So for a second, you do think about it, right? So that not is not going to help. So the other way is, this is how you understand NLP, is that the more you become specific, like for example, as I said before, I should not eat oily. So what should I eat? I can eat fresh vegetables, fruits, salads. then there are so many options available. So you have to direct your mind what to do. So that's the beginning. First thing to do is where you really come to know that this is my purpose for what I'm going to learn NLP and I want to apply in my life. So how do I begin? So first I have to be very clear in what do I, that what needs to be clarified. And then you go into how, and then when and where. So these are very simple things. We go step by step, and that's how we really experience a beautiful, thing which happens in your life, which it's actually almost like a breakthrough.
Is this NLP specific to a set of people, or can it benefit individuals across various demographics, like different age groups, educational backgrounds, or irrespective of their professional fields?
Very interesting. NLP is for everyone, all humans. Human behavior, the understanding of a human behavior is very clear when you start learning NLP and you start applying. So, irrespective of any age, any coming from any demographic, see, there are different languages what we speak. But when we speak to ourselves, we speak to our brain, it understands that language because that's where we have learned that language. So there is no language you have to learn separately for NLP. Like it is going to reprogram your subconscious mind using the words what you use every day in your life. So it's not difficult that you have to go and learn something new programming language or such. So you can continue to do at any age, any profession. Absolutely, it's very useful for all. It's like we always say. I say for myself, I say NLP is my life, and it's for everyone.
Yep, got it. So, Geeta, can you demonstrate or describe some simple NLP techniques that our audience, our TGV family can practice in real time to improve their comm skills or change their mindset positively?
Oh, sure. So, as I mentioned, that we are observing so many things around us. There's huge information which is coming in front of our eyes, and this all is getting processed through our five sensory organs, which is when what we see through our eyes, what we hear, that is that audio for our ears, what we smell through our nose, or what we taste through our tongue, and what we feel is through our touch. So anything which is happening around us, outside us, in the outside world, is getting processed and coming through us, through our brain, all these five organs. Now, as we speak, like for example, I'll give you one example is that suppose there is a conversation happening and one person says that let's meet at 12 o'clock for a meet, for lunch. Okay, so that first person said that. The second person answers, see you at lunch. See you at lunch at 12. Third person says, sounds good. We'll meet at lunch. And say, oh, great, we'll meet at lunch. So all these four are saying similar things. They are agreeing upon that they'll meet at lunch at 12. But if you observe the words they have used, the first one says, see you at lunch. So he is more of a visionary person. Anything what he hears or sees or feels, first he forms a picture and image in his mind. So his language, his words, what he'll be talking to others will be, oh, this is looking so nice. Or, this he won't say it feels good because that is kinesthetic, how they feel. Then other person says it sounds good. Means his primary rep system is audio. So that's what he understands quickly. So if you say, how are you feeling today? So he may say, or, you're looking so good. How are you feeling? Now, this is a bit, if that person is not saying, I'm not feeling good today. Because he's not thinking about how he's looking. He's more concerned how he's feeling. So when you have to respond to a person like this, you say, how can I make you feel better? Instead of saying, you should do this. So you use the same words in their language, which is their primary rep system language. In that, what happens, the connection forms very soon, really getting connected to the other person, as well as the understanding builds up. So the communication is beautiful there. Like, for example, if someone says, oh, I don't like this, or, this is not something I like to see it on my desk. Somebody says that. So the other person says, I don't see anything wrong here. Or, what is wrong here? Because he is not thinking from the visual. So here we use this visual, that is we, A is audio, and K, kinesthetic. And we find out each person whom we are communicating with, what is their primary rep system. So there is a test what we do, and we find out with that. And this is our observation. So when we are talking to them, we start talking to them in their language, in their primary rep system, so that the communication is much, much better. So that's an amazing thing to once you learn NLP and start applying, you'll really find a big difference in your day to day, in your personal life, in your professional lives. You'll suddenly find, oh, this is how people think. This is how they are thinking the words, what is going. You see those cartoons, no? You see that kind of something, what is that person thinking? So you can actually make out what is there an image getting formed, or is it a sound, or it's a feeling? That really helps a lot.
Let's move forward. And with regard to making the conversations impactful and meaningful, are there any specific NLP exercises or strategies that you would recommend?
Yes, so we have a lot of strategies. When we start understanding first what is the primary rep system, we start speaking to them in those words. And also, we go step by step. So there is something like, suppose somebody's come and saying I have this problem or I cannot do this. So we use the chunking method, which is asking questions through meta model. So we go step by step to reach that point where this is coming from. We go chunking upwards, and we don't ask open questions like, is this good for you? So that person will say no. But then how do I go further? And we avoid using the word why this is happening to you. Or the other way is you have to learn how to ask questions, because when your questions are asked in the right way, you'll get the right answers. As simple as that. That is meta model. Then we have this technique called Milton model, where we give some examples, we sort of share some metaphors, and we try to connect to their subconscious mind, where they themselves take the decision. We are not imposing on. So as a life coach, that's where exactly NLP helps me a lot, because I'm not telling them do this, do that, or do not do this. Or not. I'm just taking step by step, giving them some meta model questions, some Milton model questions, and that's how they are able to find their answers on their own. And then they will do it more often, because you don't have to again remind them.
Yeah.
It will go deep into their subconscious mind.
So Gita, would you be able to share any examples of how you have used NLP techniques to navigate some challenging conversations for achieving specific goals?
Okay, so so I'll share some. So first of all, when people come to us or they say, that I'm not happy with my job, or this is not happening, I'm getting all troubled. People at work are not liking me. They're not satisfied in their job. So then that is where I start asking them that what is the whole means. I don't straight away ask them what is the purpose of for you to be at the job, but we go step like, where are you working? How do you like this? So suddenly they start observing, or these are few things which I enjoy doing it. But because they had kept that thought in mind, or they must have compared with somebody else, I want to be this position only. And then we start asking them certain questions to understand, like, it's not wrong to feel that I'm getting a paycheck every month is definitely one of the purposes of working. There's nothing wrong to say about it. So you should be able to, that truth comes out from them when you start asking such questions to them. And then they come to a point like, actually enjoy doing this. Only this thing is not working. So earlier they came with like a huge thing that, oh, this is wrong, everything is wrong according to. It was all negativity thoughts. We try to asking questions, we make them realize that there are some good things also happen. So, the way they say that if you see only the bad things, we call that it's bad only. Everything is wrong in my life. But like for children also, like, when they say my child is not studying, it doesn't listen to me, all that. So all that really, we take step by step, and we realize like, there is a good relationship between the parents and the child. And the child is maybe facing some kind of a different feeling towards the parents. That again, the whole thing comes down to communication. And NLP is all about communication.
Got it. And Gita, this has been another fabulous conversation, and it's time for us to add some more excitement and some more spice to the episode. If you are ready, we'll kick off the second rapid fire round.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so here comes my first bullet. Two truths and one lie about you.
I don't know about a lie. I'm happy. I'm glad what I'm doing. I enjoy what I'm doing. And I can't think about any lie
Okay,
myself.
fair enough. And what is your favorite failure?
So, as per NLP, which I strongly believe, is that there is no failure, it's only feedback.
And tell us one good thing you did for someone that brought a smile to your face.
As of now, I can just remember it's those years ago. So, whenever I offer somebody a seat while I'm in a bus or a train, really brings a smile to the other person. Like this to myself.
Yeah. And what is the best gift that you have ever received from someone?
Blessings for my elders, parents, all of it.
And if you could have a faster than the light spaceship and could go anywhere in space, where would you go?
I would like to see the rings in the Saturn planet.
Wow. And here comes the last one for rapid fire. What according to you was the best invention of the last 50 years?
Computers.
Computers. Superb. And let's flip back to the mainstream. So, Gita, for someone who is interested in delving deep into neuro linguistic programming, what resources or next steps would you recommend?
Okay. So to begin with, first I would ask them they should get in touch with me, book a call with me for the discovery session, which is free. In that, I do a conversation for about 60 to 90 minutes, depending, how we are interacting, where we find out from each other, like what exactly are they looking for in their personal life, in their professional lives, what is the whole purpose, and is it really going to be necessary for them to do the whole neuro-linguistic programming course? So the courses are, there is a practitioner course, then there is master practitioner, and then there is trainer also. So I'm a qualified certified trainer from Triacle Academy UK, which is recognized globally from INELTA, that is international, and also from American Association. So I can conduct courses. I actually ask them to see if they want to do the complete course or they just want to do modules first as per their flexibility, their timing, and of course their need.
Yeah.
Do they need to become a practitioner or they just need this much for now? Will help them to their career growth or their relationship, their health, their money, finance, whichever goals they want to accomplish. And then step by step, if they feel that, yes, I need a certification, like especially who are teachers, educators, and trainers, because trainers, for them, it will really help to know NLP a lot because that will really help them to get connected with their trainings. And if they are looking for a certification, then they can complete the complete course, which I do one-on-one. And my course is just not doing teaching them NLP, but also helping them to apply in their field where they want to. So it's not just giving a manual and giving assignments. I spend a lot of time with them, see that they are able to apply, and then I ask them to attend the evaluation and then give them a certificate.
Got it. And for those of you who are interested in contacting Gita Sethi, you'll find her LinkedIn profile, website, and all the coordinates she's willing to share publicly in the show notes or episode description. And she's a sweet lady to work with. And I've been interacting with her for last 6 to 9 months. She's a super human being and she values others' perspectives a lot. And she's very easy to work with. That's what I can vouch for. And go ahead and design your life with Gita Sethi. That is what my last note. And Gita, I really appreciate you taking time for curating this amazing series. And I'm going to remember this series for quite a long time. And I look forward to hosting you again in future.
Thank you. And thanks a lot for giving me this platform. And I really hope and pray that you really make exactly what you want to happen in your life. So NLP definitely should work for you.
Thank you.
And as you're doing such a huge thing for everyone, this is going to be there for each and every human, you can say. They can watch it anytime, they can listen to anytime. And this is something which will always be there for them.
Yeah.
I hope they all appreciate all your efforts you have been spending.
Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. Your blessings means a lot. Thank you so much. And friends, that was our episode, the last and final episode on TGV MindShift series with Gita Sethi. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request for you. In case if you haven't already subscribed to TGV, the Guiding Voice podcast, please subscribe to our podcast from wherever you have tuned in, because subscribing keeps you updated on new episodes and you cannot afford to miss these conversations with people across the globe, with eminent speakers across the globe. And if you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, please share with at least three of your friends or colleagues who would also like TGV, the guiding voice. So spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now let's cruise into the trivia segment. Having had amazing conversation about basics of neuro linguistic programming and how neuro linguistic programming can help us in terms of creating impactful conversations, I thought of presenting you about the origins of NLP. There is a connection to cybernetics. NLP was heavily influenced by cybernetics, which is a field of study focused on systems, communication, and control in both machines as well as living organisms. And as Geeta mentioned, the co-creators, the Richard Bandler and John Grinder, drew inspiration from cybernetics theories, particularly the work of Gregory Bateson, to develop NLP techniques. Second is about modeling excellence. One of the foundational principles of NLP is the concept of modeling excellence, and Bandler and Grinder studied successful therapists including Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls, and Milton H. Erickson to identify patterns of effective communication and behavior, and then they distilled these patterns into NLP techniques that could be taught and replicated. And third is about cross-disciplinary influences. In addition to cybernetics and psychology, NLP drew insights from diverse disciplines such as linguistic, anthropology, and behavioral psychology. And this interdisciplinary approach allowed Bandler and Grinder to create a comprehensive framework for understanding human behavior and communication. And these facts actually highlight the unique and multidisciplinary origins of NLP, emphasizing its roots in cybernetics, its focus on modeling excellence, and its cross disciplinary influences, which have contributed to its practical applications and widespread adoption. So, before you go away, here's my question. Have you experienced NLP before? If so, what kind of results did you get? Or if you're practicing NLP, share with me in terms of what kind of techniques are you using. And I'm eager to hear from you. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there. Or if you found this episode on some social media platforms or audio platforms, you can comment on social media platforms as well. I'm going to review them for sure. And folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. We would love to hear from you. So do not hesitate to share your ideas, feedback, guest speaker suggestions, topic recommendations, either through social media, or you can also email us at theguidingvoice for you at gmail.com, for as in digit 4 and you as in letter U. And let's create content that resonates with you. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, a lifelong learner, and my goal is to have impactful conversations that improve not only your life, but also your career. So until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, the future holds great things because the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you on the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care.